Welcome back. You guys have just done an excellent job of pissing off a lot of camp vengeance. Though not of your own fault. You were all very much, friendly people. You were all offering help and aid to those that were currently sick over there. And you can't be faulted for, the captain's thinking. But you did get the impression that that captain now wants your heads. By the way that ended. He confronted you and asked you to bring back the letter that he had given you, because he didn't trust you guys at that point. You failed to produce the letter, and he just wasn't having any excuse. However, you all were quite incredible, especially whoever has the fan. Who has the fan, out of interest?
That was a sorcerer.
Yes, Mr. Sorcerer, you did an excellent job of bringing forth a gust of wind that kept them all in their base, as you guys made a speedy retreat using their own canoes, without having to kill anybody. So no, exceptional stuff. Now, I need to look up the name again, but you have in your tow the guide Musharib, but on top of that, you do also have a certain acolyte who is in tow with you. Anybody help me remember her name?
Annette.
Annette?
Yeah, Annette.
Brilliant. Yes, so she was in tow of you because she had been having terrible visions of people in red over in the Aldani Basin. Her visions have been much stress to her, so she very much appreciates that you guys have taken her this far. Now, with your daddy dwarf, being proficient with rowboats and water, he booked his way forward and honestly could drag the whole lot of you around as he chose, as he just rage rode out of there, and it was pretty impressive. Yeah. So now that you guys have been traveling, you are beginning to get to this basin here. Thanks to the maps that you had a little cheeky peek at from the camp leader, you were able to determine that a bit more of the surrounding areas, with the plateaus of Mbala over here. What you guys find at this stage of the game is a very large swampy marshlands. As the name suggests, it is a basin, but it is somewhat higher up in the region, so you're closer to the low-hanging fog and stuff. And you guys remember why you hate the jungle. It is a sweatbox, it is a flybox, it is a humid, damp, stinking marshland, and this is no better. However, you can't say that you are remiss that you're surrounded by water, as you are now definitely going across to a very bizarre float. You ever see any of those videos of a swamped golf course where the fake grass is so swollen that someone can make waves out of it?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You're pretty much at this kind of place. Life and vegetation is so absolutely stubborn in this almighty jungle, but it's so waterlogged, at least at this stage, that it's indistinguishable from both land and with the fluidity of water. Nice. Bad guys. But yeah, as you row around, you basically go back and forth between thinking if you should walk it or if you should canoe it, and both don't really work. Both are just, it's just a difficult trek in whatever you do, and it's just plain awkward. That being said, Musharib will basically guide you as he says, well, I don't know what business the young lady has over here, but if you want to head off to Mbala, we should probably keep to the forest line where the ground is stiffer and we can walk around. or else we can venture into the basin and I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm just your guide.
So what say you, my
Mbala
friends? What's our next destination?
Yeah, I'd say Mbala at the moment.
Mbala's the closest, so yeah.
So that does make sense, but Annette will be sort of a little worried as she will be a little worried as she was hoping something would come to her, something would give way as to letting her know what it was that was, you know, disturbing her, and she will basically be going on, and she'll say, can we camp not too far from here? I'm sure something will come to me, but I really want to investigate this area. There has to be something here. You don't just sit in a church of Savras and just have like a false lead to something, you know?
So she wants us to camp in the middle of the basin, in the middle of the swamp.
Well, it's not an impossible task. You basically would end up in, well, not in the middle of the basin. You know, you'd go out to. At this stage, you can camp anywhere, or you can make your canoes into camps. Quite honestly,
right there would be a good spot.
So that is, so yeah, if you think that's a good spot, you may go there. Though what you currently see is the beginnings of the basin, with a forest line being closer than an open spot like what you just think you saw on the map there.
So we are here.
Well, you have a token for all these things.
Navigator, where are we?
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on how long we were traveling on the river as we left.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about a day.
It's been a day.
If it was a day, then we'll be 2 tiles south of the kind of the
Because we were
mouth
definitely
of the
rushing.
basin.
But yeah, this
Where
is
is
what
our
you're...
So we were double speed.
Yes, that is true. And yes, where is your token? I don't see it. Well, I'll have to give you a new one. Boom. Access controlled by all players. There we go. Lovely. Okay, yeah.
So maybe head there and camp for the night.
We could go there, get a little bit closer, since this area is jungle.
That would be carrying on through the night, but I understand, yeah.
Let's camp here then.
Yeah, brilliant. So, you guys get yourselves nice and comfy for the night. You all rest up, and basically, in the middle of the night, Annette is having some difficulty sleeping that night. She's tossing and turning, and at your sight, you know, she's not looking too good.
Go play her a lullaby.
Brilliant. So you remember Captain America, or you know, Avengers, Ultron?
Yeah.
Well, what you go to do is, you know, I have no strings to hold me down, and how it comes out to her is, I have no strings to hold me down, to make me cry and make me frown. You know, you sing something upbeat, and to her, in her sleeping nightmare, it just seems to not have the positive effect you hope for, and she wakes up with a cold sweat and a start as she looks at you.
I'll ask her, Yeah, what was she dreaming about? Did she see anything new?
She kind of has a moment where she grabs her canteen of water and just like takes a sip and so, and she's just like, oh, I saw a heart, a beating heart, high above in the sky. It was raining, and the heart was dripping with blood. So yeah, and from that heart, inside it, was somebody with a red robe, and they seemed to be connected to something, though I don't know what. I have no idea what. I just saw into the heart, and it was kind of scary.
Could you tell what they were doing?
No, all I saw was a red robe, and then I saw a face look back at me, and I woke up.
That doesn't sound very good.
No, it wasn't so good.
Oh, try and get some more sleep and we'll talk about it in the morning when we decide where to go.
Sure thing. So unless anybody does anything different, she will go back to sleep with you guys.
And Kithri's going to spend some time trying to forge a letter to use if the Order of the Gauntlet people catch up.
Oh, what kind of letter are you going to forge?
It's going to be one from Undril Silvertusk, the leader in Port Nizaru, commanding us to go on a mission for her. Just to try and make us look a bit legitimate and like we weren't being traitors.
Right. Interesting. Okay then. Wow. Holy crap, you've got a lot of stuff. How are you not encumbered?
I keep wondering that as well, but it doesn't seem to be.
I think you're encumbered at £110 because it's maybe your strength score times 10. So, well done, Kithri. There's some perfume too. Nice. Yeah. Damn, you got a lot of proficiency in tools. Oh damn.
Jack of all trades. It's great.
You have a forgery kit, so yeah. Give me a check with that, please. Hang on.
Can I do a help action on that for him?
For her, but also we're just gonna have a little moment there. I don't think forgery kit is quite gonna be a dexterity. You sat down with a piece of paper. Now, I'm gonna be asking for that to be changed into an intelligence check, please. So the attribute for that would be intelligence. Excellent.
Cool, I've changed it over.
Yes, I saw. Wait, you've changed disguise kit. I'm after forgery kit.
Oh, crap.
It's okay. There we go. Now give me a roll.
Okay, that's better.
Wow. Less of a score, better of a result. So yeah. Using your savvy with your dealing with this person, you make sure to apply the correct sort of stamps and insignias that declares this document to be legal, and you think you never met the person, but given that it's a half-orc lady, you consider the fact that she's going to have a pretty broad sort of brushstroke, not a delicate sort, so you figure you take that into account, and you figure that you make a pretty good document.
Yeah, and I'll sort of screw it up and splash a bit of water on it to make it look like it's, travelled 160 miles through the jungle.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, that's a bit of where that intelligence comes in, So yeah, you absolutely do that, and you can definitely say you have a letter that I want you to keep the score 19 against, please.
Cool, I'll add that in.
Excellent.
Wait, didn't I help him? Doesn't he get +2?
No, the help action gives advantage, to which that they have the 19 and not the 5, but, they would have got that anyway.
Yep. Okay.
Do you have proficiency with forgery kit?
Do I?
Yes.
No, I don't. But I'm
Then,
familiar
in this
with these
case,
types of
you would
things.
not be able to provide the help action.
Uh,
Doesn't matter. Anyway, you guys rest up. Kifri does a bit of writing, and you're ready to set off. Innet is kind of worried. She is definitely at odds with herself because she needs you guys for protection, but she still needs to investigate around here. So she's gonna ask, will we be making our way back to this place after you deal with Mbala and Orolunga?
Yeah, we did actually plan on coming back to investigate the Aldani Basin more after we're done in Mbala.
Okay, alright then. So semi-reluctantly, she's going to come along with you guys, as it seems like the basin is going to need like a thorough search, and rather than this just like tip off. But you guys head off over towards Mbala. You make a day's worth of travel or so, and for all that time you are not struck by anything. Needless to say, you approach the following. You camp and you get another day and you get right up close to the plateaus. A 1,800 foot high plateau with sheer cliffs rises above heaps of boulders as large as ships. A narrow path is cut into the cliff face and seems to climb all the way to the top.
That's our route. Unless someone has a better idea.
Yeah, trying to climb a scale cliff like that is very unlikely.
Does anybody have proficiencies with a climber's kit?
Sounds like no.
Yeah.
How far is it? Up?
1,000 feet?
1,800 feet high plateau.
Yeah, so it looks like we're taking the path.
I'm good with the path.
Yeah, let's do it.
Brilliant. So you follow this route, and it begins on the north side of this plateau, and it winds across the cliff face for 3 miles of walking back and forth all through rising up before reaching the top. The path width is no bigger than each of you guys, and whenever you scuffle your feet a little bit to the edge, rocks seem to tumble down and escalate down, as it just seems like this is quite a dangerous situation. So yeah, you guys just basically spend the next 3 hours climbing this 3 miles, and you make your way over to the very top. When you get to the top, you're able for an absolutely spectacular view. Have any of you guys seen Up? Pixar's Up?
Yes.
Yep.
You know where he settles down with his house?
Mm-hmm.
Think of that height and think of that wide spanning view. You guys get a real huge view of some of the surrounding areas.
Nice.
Some of which you see more of the basin before you. In fact, you see a lot of the basin before you. I'll just be dealing with a few things. So to name a couple of things that you begin to see.
How about to the south, or east, or west?
I will get to that as soon as I deal with revealing some of these areas. Some areas, or whatever. We'll get to it. Ah, yes, yes. They're quite open space, so that's why you'll be able to see them quite well. Oh, now we're going too far. Whoops, that's my calculator. Put that away. Yeah, this seems about right. Yeah, this seems about right. Maybe I skipped a bit too far over here. But anyway, what you guys do see is you get a stunning view across the Aldani Basin. And all the way over here, it's just a speck. It's so tiny. If it wasn't for the eagle-like prying eyes of maybe your ranger, you may not have spotted it. But you do see a speck, a tiny little dot that's slightly tinted red. And from your position, and give a little check at the map, you figure that this must be the heart of Ubtao. And when you search to, the west, you see a large ziggurat, a large piercing black obelisk sort of thing that towers above the forest line, and you reckon that might be the site of Orolunga. Would people like to give me a perception check?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, Dauron, in this search, everybody is looking around, but something in particular catches your eye. How the fuck did you see this? Come on,
Because
wizards.
I'm a sailor. I'm basically I see things from incredible distances.
I mean,
Do you actually have a spyglass, I wonder?
You have to.
And,
Yes, I do have a spyglass.
Oh, so
no,
yeah, you were
you
probably
have a
using
1,000 gold piece worth spyglass, but no, somehow,
No. It's for my eyes, basically.
maybe your nose assisted you, because you get a small glimmer of the wreck of the star goddess. So I'll just put this to the map layer along with this. But yeah, you get a glimpse of the star goddess that seemed to be over there. Ugh. Fine, I'll reveal all these areas. There we go. So you can see the name. But yes, you can see all the way over there. Forest line, but you're able to see that somehow. I mean, God knows, I don't know how you managed to see 130 feet away, miles away, but okay, wizards. People are perceptive. Yeah. So, about 100 feet below the lip of the plateau, which is where you are now, the path which is proceeding west across the cliff at that point veers directly into a natural cleft in the stone face, where some cutout steps are, 15-foot wide crevice, and scenes of jungle predators, flying lizards, and erupting volcanoes are carved in shallow reliefs into the walls in a way that makes creatures use the natural shape of the rock. When you guys journey to the top of the steps, the stone steps emerge onto the top of the plateau beneath a once grand but now decrepit wooden gateway. The gates that sealed this entrance are rotted away, only their rusted iron hinges and reinforced spans remain. In their place are heaps of human skulls, picked clean of all flesh and bleached white by the sun. They grin at you from the roadway and down from atop towering mounds.
Well, this looks welcoming.
Yeah. So, as you guys proceed on, yeah, you just see like a few remains here and there, mostly of bones, but also of other like bits of wood that seem to suggest a civilization, but really you have no idea of the scale that it would have been on. There's just nothing left to make heads or tails off. The only structure still intact is a lone hut about 1,000 yards southwest of the gate, at the edge of the boulder field. The hut is made from thatch and animal hides stretched over the rib cage of an immense reptile. Animal skulls, wind chimes, and totems of feathers and shells rattle in the breeze, and smoke drifts from the hut. A creature shuffles slowly around the hut, hunched over in an animal-like posture. You realize it's a human woman, impossibly old, crippled by arthritis, blinded by cataracts. Her dark face and bold pate are outlined with streaks of yellow clay, suggesting the shape of a skull, or perhaps it's her shriveled flesh creating that illusion. And you guys basically see this charming old lady, which is in your handouts for Nanny Poo Poo.
Cool.
What's more, around the hut, you do see the forms of one petrified cleric and one petrified storm barbarian. All that have been sort of painted by the same yellow paint that's over this old lady, or this old crone rather. So yeah, she's over there in the distance, and you guys have to come closer to her.
She defaced our statues.
Faced my son.
Yeah,
Put
that's
my hand
absolutely
on
your
Dalron
son.
and say, "Steady on, dwarf." How shall we approach this? Diplomatically?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
If not, with an axe.
We can always go to the axe after. Let's go say hello.
Alright, we proceed on.
Okay, excellent. So when you get there, she basically goes,
Oh, Azaka, have you returned, Romy?
and then she takes like a big sniff of the air. Those wrinkly nostrils sort of inflating and deflating, like blowing into a balloon or something. She's just like,
No, there's some fresh people here, some newcomers. Well, don't be shy. Come forward where we can talk better.
This is my kind of woman.
whoa, what? Okay.
We cautiously move forward.
And she goes,
Please. There's no need to feel afraid. I am Nanny Poo Poo. Azaka told me that eventually others would come, as was the idea. I owe her a debt, you know. Oh, speaking of, Sekra, bring me my chair.
and you are astonished to see the undead walking Minotaur come forth with a chair that the granny clicks into as her many bones adjust and goes,
I suppose I won't get to enjoy your company for much longer. I suppose you'll be making your way out soon. Anyhow, what can I do for you? I take it you come to pick up your friends.
Yes, definitely. My son is amongst the friends that we're here to pick up, and you took him from his position where he was and where I was going to free him, and I demand that you release him immediately.
Patience, dwarf. I had good reason. Azaka knew that you would come back for Sekra, and your friends were not safe at Nangalore. If we had not taken them, poachers very likely would. However, now that they're here, yes, you can reclaim them. But there is a small matter of debt to be paid. I performed the rite of stolen life, where I spoke to my gods. My god, Miracle, the Lord of Bones. And I brought your friend back from into a zombie-like state. But a sacrifice was not provided, and I've been on loan to the Lord of Bones since. A debt must be paid. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. The payment is a life for a life. And if you should seek to end me and take it, or take without the proper price, you will find that I won't be the biggest thorn in your side, but Death himself shall come for you to repay the toll.
Okay.
Now, Bard, you may act both as Sekra and Kifri as it takes your fancy. The only thing for Sekra that you need to take a concern is that this is the person that has brought you back to life. Given it's undeath, but you feel in some way indebted to her. Now, your friends are back. She is absolutely batshit insane. You can play out the rest from here.
So does she actually have free will?
Yes, she has free will, but she doesn't really have much ways to go without her buddies. And plus, she is owed something for, having life and death surgery performed on her that brought them back to life, or undeath, It takes a lot of adjusting too, emotionally speaking, so you don't want to venture out in the forest while you're still accommodating yourself for being a stinking undead. So yes, take it from here.
So the bard will ask, you say a life for a life. Is there a particular life you want?
Interesting.
She takes a long while as she just seems to hum like that with a groggling, throaty growl sort of sigh. Let's just see. Whoa, hang on. Oh no. Okay, yeah, understood. Okay, so kind of messed up somewhere here. Kind of messed up somewhere big here. But I'm gonna walk around it. We're gonna go around it. We're gonna do other shit. Okay. Jesus Christ, how did this happen? Okay, yeah. So, Sekra, you have a gemstone in your head, and how it looks is it looks particularly like bent and cracked, though it still seems to house your consciousness. Now, as for what life, she says, a sacrifice of some living sort. A life for a life. It's as simple as that. If the soul you provide is not adequate, the Lord of Bones will have to take the gift he's given back.
And if we don't make a sacrifice, what happens?
Well, the Lord of Bones has been getting very impatient. but I don't imagine he will wait much longer before death shall reclaim her.
And I guess Sekiro will say maybe that's what needs to happen. It's not right to kill another person just for me.
All this time for nothing? Ah, dear me. Don't you want to live back in the north where you came from, dear?
I do, but not if we have to kill others.
Azaka knew this when she brought you to me. She was in a desperate state. I haven't seen that tiger lately. I don't know where she could have gone to. I thought she was going to stay here. Perhaps she didn't like my company.
Authentic coughing by your DM.
Well, I think Sekira's made her choice.
Very well. Come to me, dear. If death is what you seek, then I shall give it to you.
So, Sekiro, you honestly just down to die?
I don't seek death. If there's another way I can live, I'll go with that.
Well, Nanny Poo Poo is simply going to go,
oh well. It was enjoyable to have another servant for the time being.
The old waddling woman just simply, waves her hand. It just looked like she's batting away a fly, but as she does so, the gem inside Sekira's forehead just shatters, and the corpse just falls in a lump to the ground, right by the chair that Sekira had carried over. As she goes,
well, it wasn't a wasted venture. Now, what about the 2 lives over here in my possession?
Well, while we were in Port Nasaro, we heard about a way of possibly bringing him back with a golden needle. So we had one crafted. I had 2 crafted.
Ah, wonderful. That sounds good. So then, since they're in my possession, simply hand over a reasonable price and they can go with you and they be on their way.
And what's the price?
Oh, it would be droll of me to say alive. I suppose if you really need something else, as you're so... To the south here, there's a flock of Petra folk. They've been a absolute pain in my side, flying over here, scaring my poor darlings, and the others that live here. If you were to take care of them, I should see to it that you can have your friends pay back in full.
Well, we are experts at dealing with Petra folk. We'll have them taken care of in no time for you.
How very brave. I'm glad to hear that it's in such good hands. They're just to the southern lip of the plateau, hiding beneath the lip in the caves. For such a seasoned group, I doubt this will be too much of an issue for you.
Could we try the needle on our friends before we go to make sure they're real statues?
Oh
Make sure
no!
They're not fakes?
No, you may not. These are no fakes. You know this to be true. You saw how they were left. And you also know from, your visions from Grandfather Zitembe that Azaka has brought these statues to her as
the plan was this would be lined up for you to pick up Sekra and your friends, and this would be a good place to leave them. So you have every reason to believe that these are the real ones, but she will not allow you to use the golden needles on them.
Okay. What do you think, guys?
We'll have no problems dealing with the Terra folk. I don't have no doubt about that. The only thing I'm not sure of is whether this golden needle will actually return them to life or not. We may need to make a separate deal with her to restore them as well.
Let's go deal with the Terra folk first, then. Give us a little bit of bargaining leverage.
Yeah. Let's do that quick.
Alright,
Get it out of the way.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, excellent. I don't think I've uploaded all the maps from our generous donator of maps that I need. No, actually, no, this one will do perfectly. Yeah, this one will have to do just about right. Yeah, it's a bit awkward, but I'll take you over here. So when you get to the lisp over here of the plateau, basically, if I draw, well, yeah, you see all of this like lower section here. Wait, do you guys all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, all of this area is the pit of doom. Is the pit of like 1,800 feet of falling. You know? So I want you guys to set up over here for me. Just for the time being. Nobody has a figurine that seems to work, do they?
What, remembering the values?
Yeah.
No, mine stopped working.
Set it as like when you take the token, you've got to set it to that and then save it to the character.
Yeah. Just a frustrating annoyance, that's all. Okay, just dealing with some stuff. Right. So, when you guys get to the lisp, that would otherwise be... Well, firstly, you're dealing with sheer crags that go all the way down to the deep, deep ground, far, far beneath. But before you deal with... actually like getting down to the Terrafolk, or to at least investigate the caves down there. You do, however... Yeah, so give me a perception check, please. Yeah, so... Wow, you got a 0!
I see nothing.
You really do see nothing. But between Kefri and Durandal, you notice a chute between the rocks that seems to be 70 feet back from the cliff. It's a chimney, like the one you saw back at Firefinger, and it's wide enough for small creatures, or for a medium creature who's wearing nothing heavier than light armor, and you could squeeze through it. After worming down 30 feet, it drops back into the what you imagine to be the cave.
Yeah. Me and the bard, we can do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I think wait, none of us are wearing heavy armor, right? Or medium armor or higher?
Yeah, we can all do it. I can do it for sure.
Is anyone wearing medium armor?
Not
I'm
me.
clothy.
Oh, I guess we can all go then.
We'll all do it.
Ah, brilliant. So I can't get 70 feet of cliff here. So I'm gonna put you guys here, or rather I'm gonna put you all down here, and I can't even do 70. I can't do 70 feet. I'm gonna draw out a box. It's gonna be a magnificent box. I'm gonna draw out this box over here. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, I'll put you guys back over here. That's it. Yeah. So there's the chute, and something like, yeah. Let me just check this out. Yeah. Oh, it's a whole mess of things. Fuck it. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, what? Okay, so basically, tell me, who? So everybody just goes down this route, right?
Right. That was the plan.
Is the shaft? So it was 30 feet.
Yeah.
On the
Actually, it goes down 70, but after 30 feet, you seem to come up to what appears to be a sort of roof to another area.
All right. Is there a rock for which we could use rope to assist us so that we don't slip, and also to help us get out in a hurry?
A movable rod. Use the rod.
Yes.
There you go.
You always have the immovable rod.
Tie the rope to it.
There we go.
Should we have someone go ahead and scout the place out before we all go down?
Yes, and it should be me. This is what I was born to do.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Let's
Do your
set up the
things.
immovable rod.
Just do it
and
stealthy
then
this
I'm
time.
gonna
We're
tie
not
the
laughing.
silk rope.
Unless the druid can shapeshift or something like that.
Yeah, she could always spider down.
Yep.
Well, spider's too big, I think.
No. You can just be like a little spider.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
or like the wolf spider would fit, I think.
Yeah, but or you could just be a little spider. Like being like your
Yeah.
run-of-the-mill spider also is an option.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, you could turn into a tarantula and ride my shoulders down.
Yeah, I can do that too, I guess.
So anyway, those that are going down first, put yourselves in this chute, please.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I can go down because I'm probably the stealthiest of the group, but
It is going to matter, please. Just saying, I'd like to know who's going down first in this narrow little chute.
I'm gonna wait at the top.
Okay, awesome.
I feel like I should just go down first, though. And then just
Right,
tuck
we
on
Yeah,
want
the
if
someone
you
rope.
to
want to do
scout
that, that's
first.
fine.
That's not really very good. That's not visible. Oh, alright, we're going text tool. Bright red. That always gets seen. Okay, there we go. Put that over there. And put that to map layer. Okay, brilliant. So, you get to the top of what appears to be like a triangular-like chute. It's got a slope to it, so not like a typical cave. Your roof is sort of level, and you're basically at the roof ceiling right now. But then after that, the cave opens up in a pyramid-like fashion, with you being like at the top of the sort of pyramid shape. A 60-foot slope, or rather a 30-foot. Let me get this right. Yeah, it's a 15-foot slope that sort of goes 60 feet down, and in this slope there is now you are a spider right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a full 20 petrofolk, all huddled around and basically chilling for the evening, as they're all just very cramped together. They don't spot you as your typical spider self.
Okay, I'll climb back up and let the group know what I saw.
Yeah, so you definitely counted like a full 20 in there. And that's one wild shape off.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of birds. People.
One wild shape taken down. No.
How much space is in this room?
Okay. This is how it's described. It's roughly triangular in floor plan, 30 feet wide at the mouth, which is, I believe, the cave exit, 60 foot deep, and 20 foot high. So I was wrong, the ceiling wasn't level to you. You could see the ceiling open up higher as you went.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we would, like, normal climbing people would get down in there.
You could tell me.
We have the rope, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can cast Levitate on someone.
Well, give me the battle plan, basically.
Yeah, well, I think we need to talk it over a little bit.
I will enjoy a biscuit while you do.
Alright, so I can make 2 people invisible. So we could have a couple of our heavy hitters go down invisible, hit the entire room, do a bunch of damage to them. But then once we do that, then we'll be sitting ducks to some very angry petrofolk.
Well, I can use another wild shape to get back down there.
We would just need someone to distract them so that we don't get wiped out the first round after they recover from our hits.
Is there any way that we can bottleneck them, I suppose, is the real question.
Yeah, that would be the ideal.
Because if we can bottleneck them, I can just sit in the opening and bottleneck.
Is there a way to climb down the conventional way instead of the chute?
Well, you could always just, be from the outside. To be honest, the outside is a very sheer face to it. It's just open cave, with the top lip of it, like, further extending than the bottom lip of it. So, to climb down from, like, the outside, not particularly easy. Maybe shimmy across from the sides, perhaps, but these are still sheer cliffs. You're going to have to break out the climbing kits and the athletics checks in order to do that without flying.
How wide is this shaft?
So 5 foot. It's very confined. It's narrow.
Only one of us at a time can go down.
Could a spiral staircase go down it?
No. It would be more hassle to try and climb through your staircase than it would be to just climb the shaft. It would be like doing that spiraling staircase in a cupboard.
So where is the exit? Where's the exit of this cave?
Over here. Goes out.
I don't see you pinging anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see where your marks are.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I gotcha.
Well, couldn't ideally we come down? We get down in this valley area and go into that door, or draw them out somehow.
Yeah, but we want them
to
together.
them out. They fly.
Yeah, we have them all gathered together. just aching to get a fireball and a lightning bolt to their faces.
If we have any chance of taking all of these guys out, we have to fireball them.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is their retaliation.
Well, if you all go down the chute first, we'll be alright, I think.
Alright, so maybe Silrin. Actually, let's see. Is there an alcove where we could hide in the back, cast our spells, and then just have someone else tanking the hits?
No.
Like from maybe one or two at a time?
No, you either are flying in front of these dudes, or you're climbing down the shaft and then make a surprise appearance, then come out at. You could maybe sit in the shaft and then climb up, but you'd still see them, they could still see you. It wouldn't help your situation that much better.
What if we did like a combination where like one or two people levitated down to the entrance while the rest of us took the chute down and then just attacked them from both sides simultaneously?
Mm-hmm.
My word on the top. No, I can only levitate one person at a time. It's concentration.
Okay. You could levitate a person down, and then they could grab onto like the rocks there at the entrance and hide if you want to move a second person down. It's a little risky though, because they could end up spotting.
How high up is it?
How
From
high
here?
up is what? Oh.
From this point?
So, basically, I've basically said that the floor is 30 feet down.
Okay, so if someone did fall off, it wouldn't be too horrible.
Yes, it would.
It would hurt, but
If you fall down the shaft, it would hurt, but it wouldn't be deadly. If you fall
I'm saying
off
if
this
someone was
ledge,
holding on to
you
the
would
edge over
fall
here,
1,800
okay,
feet down.
yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Yep. So we've got to. This is pretty much. This is where we're gonna be fighting. Is through this shaft. We all have to get down it pretty quick, more than likely.
Yes, if you all get down it and onto the floor and then just fire up at them.
We
But how fast would we be just all rappelling down one at a time?
So let's see. I think this is pretty much no faster than you would normally move. So
Not only that, if we go too fast, they're gonna hear us.
okay. So who has proficiency with climbing kit?
None of us.
Then
I
it's
don't
going to be.
have
I have a climbing kit.
We do have the rope that's going down.
No.
50 feet.
Sorry, Jude. What were you trying to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, well, I'm not proficient with the climbing kit. I do have a climbing speed.
Oh yeah, no. You can absolutely move in that way, and you won't be hindered. But for those that do not have proficiency, not the kit, but have proficiency with climbing kit, just as it makes a difference for the sailor on a rowboat, it's going to mean that you're moving at half speed while you climb up and down.
So how many people could we potentially fit in that area?
It's 20 feet. No, that's the roof. The chimney is wide enough. A creature squeeze through after 30 feet. Yeah. So if you all occupy a 5-foot space, one person can be looking out at the scene, and then another 5 can be all stuck in the chute in a tunneling chimney.
No, I mean once we get to the bottom, how many people could we have there?
Depends
like,
how
is
many
it-
you
is
clear
it
out,
here?
honestly. There's no space backwards. It's just more or less forwards, like, so you could squeeze there, and then you can squeeze in this direction.
Well, that is a bottleneck.
Yeah. So maybe have somebody that's has a little more hit points, a little more health in the front, and then have our range guys in the back blasting them.
Okay, well, while you spend this much time on it, I think a Petrofolk by now is going to be shuffling around, and maybe he's going to be taking a little small flight around the place just because he's bored and he just wants to fly around just to feel cool, perhaps. Now, you may all give me stealth checks just to hide underneath nearby bushes and such, to not be noticed. Because there's some shit rolls and there's some great rolls, let's make this a stealth group check. Alright then, so
Hold on.
that's an 11 plus 22, and I'll keep in mind that was a crit, plus 2 plus 17. Yep. Everybody else? I'm missing... Who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're missing me.
Ranger. Yeah.
You're missing me. Hold on.
Ah, brilliant.
I was just grabbing a drink.
Cool.
Stealth.
Brilliant. Divided by the number of people. That's the DC. Let's see. So by a very, 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 very small margin, you are unnoticed, as the Terrafolk basically just flies around and doesn't see you. Robots attack indeed. Everybody has disconnected and nobody can hear anything anybody's saying. Huh. Okay, so can nobody hear anybody? Okay, I'm now going to do a group call to all of them. Hello. Can nobody hear me? Ah, shit. This is just shit creek up shit paddle. Boy, 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 boy. This is no good.
It
Is
seems like we're okay.
Oh, there we go. Everybody's talking now. Everyone's talking. Go on. So maybe that's Discord's way of saying, let's get on with it. Everybody's back. Everybody
So
can hear
what
each
was
other.
the result of our stealth?
Yes, you were not spotted. Barely.
Okay. Well then, we know what we need to do. Let's go down. I will go first, since we have a bottleneck here. Should probably
Okay.
have whoever's going to cast Fireball at the ready behind me, and then whoever our healer is.
That'll be me.
Okay, so Dauron and Mystic are going down first.
Yes, followed by one of our healers.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So, Daron, you shimmy your way down, and you see all the Terrafolk sort of milling about and such. Yeah. Basically, I'll have everybody roll me initiative, but before you do it, you are currently going to be surprising these people. So yeah, now give me initiative. I wish I could have all of their initiatives done instantly, but no. I gotta click each and every one.
We got some good initiative rolls. Maybe we didn't get those on stealth.
I imagine what happened was I saw the Terrafolk flying around, and I was about ready to call out, but then somebody put their hand over my mouth, shut me up.
Yeah, it's probably me with my my crit roll.
Very good, very good. And that is the last of them. Oh boy, that's quite a few. Oh, and I forgot about you, little terrafolk man.
Why didn't I appear on the initiative order?
Who's that? Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't click your token.
Let me try again. Oh, that was such a good roll, too.
Yeah. Clicking the token will be instilled in you. Let's see, where are you? There you are. Yes, you probably clicked your token now. Excellent. So, Daron, basically, this is considered a surprise round. Do your surprise.
Okay. I am going. Let's see. I'm gonna hold my action till our mystic throws his fireball.
Very good. So you're gonna have to get out of the way of the channel, like the chimney. Santa coming up and down a chimney. You're gonna have to get out before somebody else makes way in for it.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Then I will. I'm guessing I'm down in the bottom. I will move down up close and have a readied action then.
Brilliant.
Ready in action.
Excellent. Fantastic. So then, you do not attack on your surprise round. The creatures then turn around to see you. And they just basically mobilize, essentially. As you didn't want to take the advantage. That's fine. Either way, though, they are all still surprised, but they are now aware of your presence, and they all squawk and yell at each other.
And my readied action will go off and attack.
No, your readied action is... Well, you were holding off until your fireball caster got by.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, fine, fair enough.
Brightheart, in this surprise round, it's your turn. You may choose to do nothing if you wish.
Oh, no, I'm going to use my Wand of Fear.
Okay.
For the Cone of Fear effect. It's not a clickable spell, so.
We'll get that sorted for you, no worries. Now, you don't see these creatures. Just so that's mentioned. You're just shooting blindly, and it's thick enough rock to a point where this is not going to be effective. However, you do see one flying terrafolk, and he is within 60 feet away.
Oh, I thought I was climbing down to see them.
I'm sorry, what was
Yeah,
that?
it's a little hard to figure out where exactly we are in all this cluster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where's the floor of the cave? Is it sort of down here?
It is 30 feet where all of these terrafolk are.
Okay.
The floor of the cave is completely and utterly filled with terrafolk. It's a little bit vague, but you'll have to use your imagination.
Cool. So yeah, we've just got to go down and then stand in one of these 3 spots.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I thought I was climbing down to the floor.
Everybody thought they were climbing down, but it's a chimney. So a lot of people were going to be stuck in that chimney, hanging around, before somebody actually got to step out. Otherwise, people would be in a chimney, unable to cast out from that chimney.
Well, that's why we were trying to get at how much space did we have at the bottom of the chimney.
And I described it with the ruler by going this way, and then this way.
Okay. Yeah, Brightheart, you would just climb down past someone.
Yeah. I will climb
maneuver where you can see them, and then...
Needless to say, however, as was declared in your lineup, your mystic is still there in the chimney. Brightheart looks to go down the chimney and follow after, and when we get to Sylvan's turn, he can move out of the way for her.
Okay. So yeah, just hold your action.
Hold your action until he goes down.
I'll just wait till I have a clear path, and then I'll use my Wand of Fear.
Excellent. Okay then, Sylvan. I take it you get out of the... You climb down 5 more feet so that you can see Mr. Daddy Dwarf and all of the terrafolk. You see Brightheart eager and itching to come down after you. So all you got to do is step out of that chimney and you can start doing everything in your power to burn every petrofolk alive.
Okay, I'm going to do exactly that, and I'm going to cast. I'm going to do a ability called Detonation. Use
Okay.
5 points. I'm going to link it.
You use 5 points. Okay, nothing was
It's not
shown.
working.
No, it
Not
would be
working.
because you are a custom, interesting little lad. But what is the radius of this effect?
The radius is 20. Hold on a second. It is 20-foot radius.
Thank you. So,
Sphere.
yep, a sphere. Right, let's delete that then. I wish it would just remember the colors I chose last time. So please draw a circle. Yes. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, so
Nice.
that's all of them.
Yes,
If that
we're gonna-
really
that's
is
what we're gonna
20-foot radius, so fireball, naturally. Okay, yeah. You suddenly issue
Well,
a...
they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes. Pardon me. So you issue a massive... No, not that doesn't do it just. A massive blast of fire. And for fucking hell, I'm not doing all of them. So I'm just taking one check to rule them all. But a Constitution saving throw indeed. What is the DC?
My DC, which is 14.
Brilliant. They all fail. How much damage do they take?
27 damage. Seven D6.
They all squeak and die.
Are you serious?
Yay!
You're OP. But
Damn.
no, also they were very clustered as well, to be fair. Because, yeah,
I didn't
damn.
realize they had their hit points were so low.
No, they all failed their check. And you rolled quite good. So all that left is this one guy as you completely get the drop on this whole group and you just eviscerate them as it looks like a space engine takeoff that you just fry them all in that tunnel. And they are just, and because of surprise, you know, they're just all are taken for an absolute burning. And yeah.
So they probably didn't even see it coming.
They probably didn't even see it. Well, they saw Dauron. They were not prepared for him, and as they squawked their first squeaks of terror, you then just blasted the fuck out of all of them.
Somebody else can kill the last one.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, I imagine a few arrows or magic missiles will be enough to finish him off.
Durandal, it's your turn. This creature has not taken its turn in this combat. It is surprised. You have everything going for you.
Where's the edge of the cliff at from him, or from me rather?
You are at the edge of the cliff.
Oh, all right. Well, then I will shoot him.
Excellent.
I will shoot him twice.
Okay. 30 foot, so this will be at disadvantage. As in, this is a distance of 50 feet. I can see the range very kindly on your hand crossbow. So this is going to be made a disadvantage.
So I have advantage because the creature hasn't taken an action yet. Would that
Correct.
cancel out to normal?
That's absolutely correct, which makes the first one a hit. And this is automatically a crit. So roll that damage and then click your hand crossbow again for more damage, I guess. Minus the dexterity modifier from the second one. Yeah, you double the sneak attack damage, definitely. So 5 plus 4 plus 7, we're on 16, and then 24. So you bloody this creature as you just jab him right in the lungs or something vital as he seems to squeak and, well, to squall horribly. And then, yeah, you just take him for a full fuck ton of damage as he is bloodied. Kif, and then you have your second attack that's also a hit.
My second attack is also a hit, 13.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Now, you still have your sneak attack. No, not your sneak attack. You still have your assassinate going for you. So this is also considered a crit, and I'm going to cut it short. You kill him. So where's my victory? There we go.
That has to be the easiest battle we've done.
Yes, it is, and it was so overly complicated.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's not your fault at all. I honestly didn't expect the fireball to come out, and I mean, it made perfect sense. I just somehow didn't see it. I thought, someone's gonna land a hit, and then they're all gonna fly out. But no, that just went a different way, and hey, it saves us time. So you just we're on this ceiling, this burned terrafolk mound just slops off the edge as it just rains in terrafolk corpses down the 1,800-foot drop.
There's so much blood and gore.
No, there isn't. It's all dried to a crisp.
Oh well, I'm nonetheless gonna take the cork out of the water section of my alchemy barrel and just start pouring it out.
Why?
Let's take a few heads as evidence back to the nanny.
Very wise, very wise.
Is there anything left though? They were kind of incinerated.
Yeah, I'm sure there's bits and pieces.
We could just get the guy that's on the bottom of the cliff there that the ranger killed to take his head.
You can easily get a head. The one the ranger killed goes down the 1,800 feet to begin with. Now, in the back half of the cave are the bodies of 2 partially eaten explorers, and there's a discarded backpack near them.
Alright, search the backpack.
Yeah. Contains 6 gold pieces, a silver dagger, and a potion of greater healing. And so, yeah, you got a small little potion out of that.
Maybe that goes to the barbarian.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the potion.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So please mention that you have a potion of greater healing. So 4d4 plus 8, I think. No, 4d4 plus 4.
Dagger?
Yep, there was a silver dagger between all this kit. Who wants a silver dagger?
Well, let's see. I think I can use one, and I don't have a melee weapon, so I need one. If we have to fight things that take silver.
Very
wise.
wise.
I'm casting as much as I can.
No, very wise, very wise. Then, yeah, you will take that dagger then. And, yeah, basically, you take that dagger, that 6 gold pieces, that potion, and a head or 2 of the terrafolk, and you guys just make your way back to Mbala. Like, really, yeah, you just shrugged this whole event off.
I told you we were expert terrafolk hunters.
Yeah, no, you are. And this is why Milestone Method prevents somebody achieving a fireball, so this is a difficult spell. Anyhow...
I just happened to get that.
I know you just happened to get that. You got that at this level, didn't you? Yeah. So yeah, you just wipe the floor with that group, and you make your way to Mbala within the same evening. You know, you don't even need to rest up. And she goes, I have to remember you next time they give me problems. Still, a deal's a deal. You may have these 2 back then.
Thank you,
All
Nanny.
right.
Now, you guys can do the golden needle, and basically tell me how you try to apply it.
Jab it into their eye sockets repeatedly.
No.
Should we take them away first?
Whatever kind of roll we put on there, can we use our inspiration for that?
Inspiration for what?
Any kind of roll that we might have to do.
There is no roll. I just want to hear how do you try to apply the golden needle.
So, I have an idea. I'm gonna get the the little hammer that's in the Dungeoneer's pack. That's
Yeah.
typically used for like picking locks and things like that. I'm gonna take the hammer, take the needle, and I'm just gonna almost like a
Minor.
like a miner would do, or almost like a stonesmith. And you kind of take that little gold needle and you kind of hammer it into the heart of the statue.
Excellent.
Cleric first.
Obviously, the cleric first. Yeah.
Excellent. So when you do that, immediately you feel like all the insides of this statue suddenly animate, and you figure you did a fucking brilliant job guessing to get over the heart, because when you start the body before the heart, that's a bad time, but you started the heart and then the rest of the body followed on. And what happens is it feels very much like you struck a gooey center that was always there. And so the rocky like skin that's just come over them is just like they were, you know, terracotted soldiered over. They were just covered in clay. Hardened clay, but all the same, they begin to snap it off easily, and Mr. Cleric, you are back.
Oh my god, it actually worked.
Yes.
Wow.
I am floored.
You are still the same level, and I will have you have, you were left for several days. So, how many exhaustion points shall I give to you? You have 3 points of exhaustion.
Okay.
Or at least your cleric has 3 points of exhaustion.
Dralian, you're back.
What the hell happened? How did we get here?
You were stoned, my friend.
I don't remember smoking anything.
Our Gorgon friend, she turned you to stone. We unfortunately we had to leave you behind. We had no way to restore you. But our friend here, Nenny. What's her name?
Hello, dear. My
Nanny
delightful
Poo Poo.
tasty. Yes. Wait, is that my name? How did you know my name?
She gave her name at the start.
She looks very confused by this.
Alzheimer's, maybe?
Anyway, yeah, so you still
Alright,
got...
so let's do the next one.
Yeah. So, you take the other golden needle to the other storm barbarian, and you do it what you imagine is the very same way. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Me, because I'm doing it, right?
Yeah.
Remember, you have advantage with inspiration.
I mean, if you choose to use it. Okay, so with that, what was your thing? I think it was 2d6. That's fine. You take 4 to then 2 points of lightning damage as the crackle of lightning like opens up and
Because of course.
spikes at
'Cause of
you
course,
as he's still in
he was
midway.
casting it.
Now I'd like another dexterity saving throw as the great sword of Brog is about to hit you.
Longsword.
Longsword. Yeah, let's have Brog do an attack roll. Do. Gonna attack with his longsword. It does
no.
better. You get hit for
He
8 slashing
He was
damage.
raging too.
That's why your aura was there. You done your +4. Okay, you take 8 damage. You get 10 damage more slashing damage as the longsword slashes through you as this barbarian roars back into life.
Ah!
Yeah, really.
But he's so happy to have his son back, he doesn't care.
Yes.
Dralian is going to go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on him, since he hasn't done that in quite a while.
Since he hasn't done it in a while. Fair enough. Now then, I will not allow you to be playing 2 of your characters, but you may choose which one you want to carry on with. Whichever one you choose not to carry on with will become an NPC, and they will not be capable of any kind of casting. They will only be capable of role-playing.
decision to make.
Yes, decisions.
Does the dad come in and take care of the responsibility, or does he come in, save the day, and leave?
This is you have to tell me.
And you'll probably be leveled down, I would imagine.
That's what it means to be a NPC.
No, I mean they would be at the same level they were when they got stoned, right?
Level 4.
So for the purposes of the milestone method, they will be level 6.
Okay.
Or level 5 rather, sorry.
Okay, so it's a decent choice.
Yes.
It's more of a RP choice.
Yes.
Well, let's see. The Daddy Dwarf has pledged to help the dwarves go to Rackhammer, right? So I would imagine it depends on whether or not we intend to go to Rackhammer or not.
You have
Or do we
promised
just run
Musharib
away?
that you would.
Yes.
Well, Dralian's going to be an NPC.
Dradian's going to become an NPC.
Correct.
All right
Keep it
then.
mystic.
No, very well. He will become an NPC cleric. So basically, keep all of his stats up to date in case your other one dies. But for the purposes of this, he's going to look busy in a fight, but he's not doing anything.
Okay.
Okay. He may also possibly be subject to maybe a sudden dinosaur eating him if you're not careful. It just all might go that way. I'll be in control of his NPC token unless he's left somewhere else in between time. Or that you leave him in Port Nyanzaru. Seems like the best option, leaving in Port Nyanzaru. But
Yeah, probably send him back to port.
I know what your guys' path from here is. But yeah, we can sort some of that stuff out later. So anyway, Nanny Poo Poo would just be like,
Well, then a deal's a deal, I guess. You may as well be on your way, and don't let me keep you.
I asked her if she knows anything about the death curse.
Well,
I'm gonna find out. She goes,
I deal a lot with death, as you can imagine. And I know that there is many, many dead things that walk through here. But I've not really seen much. I've never a curse beyond my own knowledge of one. Still, I don't know. I don't know of any such curse, to be honest. My dealings are mostly with dead things, so that's more or less my day-to-day. But where do you guys head off next?
Our plan was to explore the Aldani Basin.
Don't you plan to go to Orolunga?
Eventually.
Yes, we do.
Well, if you do, be sure to try and collect one of those beautiful scales that Naga has. I could very much use one of those.
Do you know anything about the Naga?
Only that she is wise. In a pocket of her own time, separate from this world.
What?
Can you imagine being a grandfather right now? 30?
No.
That's the thing.
No.
well done, your grandfather. I guess we all got to share that moment.
I don't know, my wife was watching something on social media and asked me a question. Sorry.
It's okay. We all got to share that lovely experience of imagining you as a grandfather. Grandfather Ranger. Slamming 18-year-olds.
Technically, it'd have to be like a 15-year-old, right?
No, maybe.
She
Anyway.
was 16.
Oh yes, you were 16, so we're both wrong. But now it's time for you guys to decide which way you're heading off next.
Well, I know the Alkalite wants us to go back to the basin and go towards the heart.
So do we make a decision on the dwarf and the barbarian?
So the dwarf would be like. Beginning with the dwarf. Beginning with the dwarf, he will just be like, to be honest, I fancy putting my feet to the road and keeping our way to Orolunga. We're closer to Orolunga than we are to the heart of Ubtao, and even then we gotta go through the basin and all of its marshy nastiness. Blech. So I vote for the Orolunga, and then we can walk our way back from there.
Well, I was referring to whether he chose to be the barbarian or the dwarf.
Oh.
Or Dalrun.
Ah, that dwarf. Yeah, did you choose to be Dauron, or your absolutely identical half-orc?
I am going to, after significant arguing between the father and son, a lot of punching and shouting.
And lightning.
Yes. And the daddy dwarf has decided to actually take over the charge to do this.
Okay.
And Brog is going to be sent back.
All right then.
To the port.
And Dralion will accompany him.
So that is absolutely possible, but it will require. So it's going to require a guide to do so, but Musharib is with you guys, so you can try to retake Rackhammer. Because 2 people with 3 points of exhaustion going back out to try and take jungle is not a good
If only
thing.
Azaka was still here, we could send her with her.
Yes. Where Azaka is still a mystery.
Well, I guess for now they can accompany us.
Yeah, I guess we gotta go to Orolunga then.
Okay then. So, you guys cross the vastness of the plateau, leaving the strange old woman in her ruined little settlement behind you, and trying not to think too much about those wrinkles. Anyway, a couple of days travel, and eventually you hop off the plateau, and you find yourself going to another river, which you hop over, just with your canoes and such. But here, several days pass, to a point where, yeah, you guys are right on the spot. A massive brick and stone ziggurat rises from the jungle. 2 staircases angle up and across the front face, one from the right, the other from the left, to meet at a landing on the 2nd level. Above your heads, that layout repeats on the 2nd level and the 3rd level, but each successive layer adding less height than the one below it. The 4th level, 90 feet above the jungle floor, is an enclosed shrine or temple, its walls adorned with labyrinth symbols. The jungle encroaches right up and onto the ancient structure. The first flights of steps are choked with creepers, tree roots, and flowering vines. It might have been surrounded by a city long ago, but the jungle is so dense that it would take hours of searching to find buried foundations and tumbled stones. So yes, you guys believe that you are at the site of Orolunga.
Do we see anything moving around?
No.
Any live people?
No.
Shall we head up?
Yeah, we didn't come here to just stand around.
Check for traps and so forth.
Okay. So yeah, you guys climb the steps. I'm asking, do you guys all climb the steps?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No?
I feel like the Naga's probably got a trap or something. Not like a, I don't know. Does seems too easy to just walk up to a Naga.
Okay, so you hang
Probably a
back.
trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do know that there is a trial, and your perception doesn't reveal anything other than that the stairs are quite encroached over with weeds and foliage and growth from the forest.
How about I travel a little bit, maybe like 15, 20 feet in front of the party and stealth ahead.
Describe how you want to stealth ahead, because it's pretty straightforward set of stairs. You just climb them or you don't.
Oh, well. I guess we just climb them then.
Okay.
I could make you invisible. if you like.
So, just to save me time, I just want to know who's climbing the steps, please.
I'll climb the steps.
Excellent.
I will climb the step.
The bard as well.
Excellent. So do I take it Druid, Sorcerer, and Ranger do not?
As
No,
soon as
Rangers climb up.
Brightheart voiced her doubts, that made me pause as well.
Okay. So, beginning with Bard, Barbarian, and somebody else, I forget. Mister?
Ranger.
Ranger. Excellent. Okay. So, the steps of this area are 50 foot long and rise 30 feet. And it's a tangle of root, vines, and creepers that cover the steps. After you go through the first 10 feet of like the steps, they begin being scratched by the thorns. And after you continue past that much, you take 1 foot of damage per foot climbed. And so basically at a point, you guys just eventually come back as you're being hurt to a point that, you know, you couldn't actually continue all the way there. You would die, quite honestly.
So are these thorns? They're plants, right?
Yes.
So theoretically, I have a ability called. Let me find it real quick. It's called Fire Form.
Okay.
Can I theoretically walk up the stairs in Fire Form and burn these up?
Interesting. This sounds so fucking OP, I can't even begin to tell you, as it takes a druid to get to like level 12 to get wild shape into fire elemental. So how you all got it at 5th level is just beyond me.
It takes 5 psi. As
No.
a bonus action, you become a wreath of flames until
Until
your
your
concentration
concentration
as any creature takes.
No,
Fi-
shit. Yeah, you really do. You really do. You're so fucking broken. Right, yeah. So, you do so. You feel confident that you go up. So, of the 50 feet, how far do you climb up?
Start 25.
Okay then. You take 5 points of slashing damage as your feet are pierced despite your fire. Now, whenever you do burn anything through your wake, it seems as though that there's the thorns ahead of you won't get burnt. You leave a trail behind you, but even then, there's still more growth around the steps.
So it doesn't clear steps at that 25 feet then.
You do not clear the steps at 25 feet. They are 50 feet long, at least, and 30 feet high.
So what I'm saying is the 25 feet I've already gone. They're not clear though, are they?
No.
Oh, that didn't work then.
So
I'm
do
gonna
you
head back
carry
down.
on?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go down. I'm right here because if I go back down, I'll take more damage.
Can we see how many steps there are? Precisely.
No, you do not. You just can measure that it's 50 feet.
Can I do a perception for the area around the steps? See if there's
Certainly.
another way around or something.
Certainly you may. No, there is not another way around.
Is there anything of note? Or is it just steps with vines?
Steps with vines, quite honestly. Now, with that perception check, you do notice a little twinger. And the same as you've seen before, except this one has a triceratops-like skull over his face. And he's a foot tall, and he is carrying a large orange and purple orchid. After a moment, it charges up the steps. The thorns part before it and close immediately behind it.
Okay, so we need an orchid.
I guess you do.
Brightheart, I've seen you create flowers out of nothing. Is that perhaps something that you could do?
No. I think we need to actually go and look for flowers.
That is very, very true. Now, do you have proficiency in nature?
Let me check. I was on
Is
my
it-
spell page.
Is it similar to the flower that?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not proficient in nature. I'm proficient in survival.
Oh man, the druid doesn't know her nature. Who has proficiency in nature?
I don't know.
Me.
Alright
I
then.
believe.
I guess I've got jack of all trades.
You do not have proficiency in nature though, do you?
No.
No, you did not take nature, because nobody thought nature would come up. Well, anyway, to cut a long story short, instead of 30 minutes, it takes you an hour to find the orchid. Well, Davon, good effort, man, but you did a nat 1. So you slow the group down and make this last 2 hours. As you
I found
keep-
some mushrooms.
Yeah. Yep, you find mushrooms. No, but eventually you do find the orange and purple orchids that you need.
All right.
Okay.
Your fire form is spent at this point, by the way.
Oh yeah. I'm sure I probably dropped it as soon as I found out it wasn't working.
Yeah. So then, tell me what you
All right.
guys do.
Well, now that we have the key, so to speak, let's try to climb the stairs. Or at least I
Okay.
will.
Yeah, so
will as well.
as you do so, with orchid in hand, the vines and spikes part before you, and then they close in behind you, and you guys manage to progress unharmed.
We passed the test.
So now you're onto the second plateau that you saw from outside. The steps from this level to the next one are 30 feet long and 20 feet high. The stone is crumbling from age and decay. Yeah, so you guys are at a new set of stairs. It is not crumbled, it is not covered over like before, with vines and creepers and whatnot.
But it's crumbling to the ground. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, it's with age and with decay.
Would it be possible to put up a staircase?
Well, you can absolutely try it.
Do we see any more Chwingas around?
No, not yet. But anyway, Mystic,
that
you
other
want
one
to
go?
do your staircase, right?
Sure.
Brilliant. You conjure a staircase, easy as can be.
And we walk up to the next level with it.
Brilliant. As you begin to walk up, you find that you're getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and you swear you've been walking for about 5 hours now. And higher and higher and higher you go. This ziggurat should not have been this tall, and higher and higher. And what you guys observe is that basically, because of the spiral staircase nature of this cloud, you catch last sight of Sylvan turn a corner, and then you next see like his cloud spiral come from the ground, and you kind of just see him just like walk upside down, heading towards the ground as he's just sort of stuck in a loop trying to merge his face deeper into the ground or something weird. And he's also
Hey,
back at the
Sylvan,
ground
it
floor.
isn't working.
That didn't work out very well.
No.
Kithri's just going to try climbing the steps and see what happens.
Excellent. He who dares wins.
Or dies horribly.
Yeah. So yeah, when you go there, basically the steps seem to just like crumble into gravel, as it seems as though it just gives way. And no matter how much you try to climb these steps, they never seem to get any worse, and the gravel never piles up any deeper.
Huh?
I'll look around the platform and see if I see anything that may give us a clue to help us with this.
Well, now that somebody has made an attempt, there seems to be a twinger between you guys, and it's standing around the base of the steps. This mask resembles a chameleon's head. It's carrying an orange and purple orchid and a red parrot feather, and it reaches up the steps with ease, literally light as a feather on the fragile stones.
Well, I guess we need feathers this time.
Yeah. How do you guys go about hunting down these feathers?
Well, I'm sure they're not on this platform, so we're probably got to go back out in the wilderness to look for
Yeah.
parrots. So
Okay.
we're gonna use our flowers to get back down the stairs.
Yep.
I guess we're gonna go parrot hunting.
Brilliant. So,
Anybody track animals?
hey, you have... Hey! Brightheart, you could turn into a parrot.
No, I don't have a flying speed yet.
Well then.
Well, we could just pluck you for your feathers.
Yeah. Well, she can't become a parrot because they fly.
Yeah, that's next level.
Okay, so after a few minutes, you think you spot a parrot. It's just there minding its own business, eating at a papaya fruit or something like that.
Can I see whether I see, like... Oh, yeah, we can just shoot it.
That's advantage and a crit, by the way.
Yes, brilliant. You missed the parrot, and it
With an 18?
No. You
We
hit...
could have shot it after we tried to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You destroy the parrot and you break its spine and back in.
Pluck its feathers. And
Uh,
hand everyone a bloody feather.
Yep, you all got bloody feathers.
All right,
Daron
back up
is
the stairs.
especially sad he can't be a captain with a parrot, but hey.
I had animal handling too.
Well then, yeah. So,
I
yeah.
guess we head back down.
You ruined my fun.
Yep. Okay then. So you have bloody parrot feathers and an orange and purple orchid, and when you do start to walk across these steps, although they turn red with blood and drip with blood, you still walk across them and they do not crumble before you.
That's all a bit ominous.
Yeah. The next set of stairs that rises to the final part are 20 foot long and rise 12 feet. The stairs are in excellent condition, but swarms of poisonous snakes slithers over them.
Well, Mr. Animal Handling.
Yeah.
Pile of snakes on these steps, right?
Yes, swarms of poisonous snakes. Swarms.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna search around the platform.
It's kind of limited, but you search and you don't see anything.
Okay. I want to keep an active search up though.
All right. Well, let's look for the before we even start this. Let's look for the Chawanga or whatever they're called.
Hang on, I'm just gonna get a massive swarm of poisonous snakes for you to look at. Yeah, so you do not see one.
Okay, Kithri's just going to go up the stairs again.
Through the snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so brutal.
I was gonna go, but all right.
As you like
Well, I've got
begin
scout
to go up
resistance,
the
so-
stairs, you pause as the snakes seem to reveal another Twinger just sort of milling about. This one has a mask of a mongoose face. It carries a red parrot feather and an orange and purple orchid. Yeah. Now, at the bottom of the step, the Twinger shakes a snake, whacks a snake with its orchid, giving it a little pap, with the flower, to make it angry, which the snake is. It snarls and looks like it's gonna stab at the little Twinger and eat him alive. But then it strokes the snake's flank with the feather and calms it down. Then the Twinger lies on its back, facing the snake, whereupon the snake crawls through the mouth of the mask and inside the Twinger. The Twinger then slithers up the steps like a snake, untroubled by any of the other poisonous snakes. And it just makes its way through there.
That's
You have to
not
eat the snakes.
creepy at all.
Well, Kithru's alright until it came to the snake in the mouth. She will try it.
By the way, it ate a live snake.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get a small snake, 'cause I'm a small halfling.
Okay, so you go for a small snake. Tell me what you do.
I'm gonna pat it on the head with the orchid,
It hisses
And,
at
when it
you
gets angry-
angrily.
and I'm gonna stroke it with a feather,
It then seems to calm down and relax.
and then I'm gonna lie down and eat it.
So, I don't know if you've ever seen any tentacle hentai, but this begins as what you thought was a small snake, and it's just so much longer than you thought. And you just seem to be ending up choking on a lot of snake. I need you to make me a dexterity, a constitution saving throw, please. Yeah, so somehow you manage to stomach as you go, oh god, oh! You just have eaten a whole snake.
Oh my goodness.
Tastes like chicken.
It does not taste like chicken. It tastes of poison and chicken.
Alright.
So can you successfully slither up the stairs now?
Well, she will try.
Give me a performance check to act like a snake. Excellent. Also, you get advantage if you say, I'm a sneaky, sneaky snake.
I'm a sneaky, sneaky snake.
Excellent. You have a score of 21 and you're indistinguishable from the other snakes. So, who's up
Alright.
next?
Well, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Excellent.
There's got to be an easier way than this.
So, tell me what you do. Run me through it.
I boop it on the head with the orchid.
Yes.
Then I stroke it with a feather.
It relaxes and calms down.
I guess I lay down and let it crawl into my mouth.
Yep. So,
Ugh.
so you can see in the middle here a black cobra with yellow and red stripes along it. It will flex its hood right in the middle of your throat, which you really could do without. So give me that Constitution saving throw, please. Okay.
Can I use my inspiration?
You may.
I'm going to use that then.
So you use up your inspiration as you're just like, oh god, I can wild shape in this. This isn't right. This is cannibalism. Ah! Ah! But you make it through somehow, and well, I mean, you could wild shape into a snake, or you could try to level up there. Oh wait, you gotta give me a performance check, or you automatically pass as a snake when you wild shape into one.
I don't know. I tried cheating with wild shape at something last time we were in a situation like this and it didn't go so well. I'm just gonna pretend to be a snake.
Excellent. You can give me performance, and you get advantage if you say, I'm a sneaky, sneaky snake.
I'm a sneaky, sneaky snake.
Excellent. I hope everybody knows this meme. This is going to be a waste of time. Who's up next?
Okay. Orchid.
Are we really going to do this for everybody?
Yes.
Orchid to head, feather to body, lay down and open wide.
Yep. You're just like, my body is ready. Now, Mr. Ranger, something doesn't feel right. Give me that Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
As if the fates decided. So, something about you seems to resonate with this whole ritual. You feel like you're filled with bile, you're filled with sickness. And yeah. You fail. So I gotta read what happens now. Yeah. So you take 16 psychic damage, and you basically vomit up the snake. So what do you do now, Mr. Ranger?
I'm gonna heal myself
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
That roll? No, why isn't it roll? Roll for me, please. Hold on.
What are you rolling for?
My spell's broken.
What are you holding? What are you rolling
Cure
for?
wounds.
Excellent. Easy as pie. First thing on your character sheet. Cure wounds right underneath short sword offhand. And you probably missed the pop-up that said, what level do you want to cast it at?
Okay. Well, I'll do that. Oh, I did miss it. There we go. That's why. There it is.
You get 11 hit points back.
Ignore the second one there. Ignore the
Okay.
second one.
Okay, yeah. So, you figure you gotta try this again.
Smack it on the head with the orchid.
Yeah.
And then stroke it with the feather and lay down and try again.
Yeah. The snake is down for giving you punishment. Give me a Constitution saving throw. Excellent. So somehow, through sheer endurance, you just like, oh God! This is the worst thing you have ever eaten in your life. But somehow you managed to get through it. Now you know what's next.
I'm a snake.
Excellent. You deceive the other snakes and you slither your way up the stairs. Who's next?
This will go next. I'll pat the head with an orchid,
Yes.
stroke it with a feather,
Brilliant.
lay on my back, and take in the snake.
Taking the snake.
Take it like a man.
Do you have a preference? We got a variety of colorful snakes over here.
The biggest black one there.
You had to say.
I want the green one.
Yeah, okay. The thin one seems pretty thin, you know? It has a little rattler to the back of it. And while it's like smoothly slithering down your throat, the rattle sort of flickles at your luglia at the back of your throat. So make me that Constitution saving throw, please. Yeah, so you pass, and you can now make your way up the steps with a snake in your belly. Excellent.
Slithery snake.
Yeah. Who's next? I think there's only Sorcerer next.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try. Bop
Okay.
him on the head, stroke him with the feather,
Yeah.
lay on my back.
Excellent. So, yeah, another snake slithers its way into your mouth. You manage to get by the feeling of a living eel inside your stomach for a little bit. Then it calms down and, yeah, make your way up the steps. You are a very fucking brilliant snake. Is there anyone else I've forgotten?
Yes, me. All right,
Wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit it at the flower, use the feather, and lay down and open wide.
Yeah, everybody lays down and open wide. You get assaulted by 2 snakes as they go down your throat, as they seem eager to both be eaten by you. But yeah, you show off some of that dwarven constitution. Next up,
I'm a sneaky snake.
I'm glad I had that as a condition, because every time you fail, you guys will say that to succeed. You did it! You get up there. So you finally go by all the snakes. You all feel horrible. You feel dizzy and sick from how much snake you've all eaten cumulatively between you guys. So the shrine atop the ziggurat is a simple rectangular structure of brick. The outside walls are decorated with labyrinth symbols of Ubtao. Beyond the open doorway is a barren, dusty room. But who has a passive perception score of 13 or higher?
Mystic
do.
has 15.
I
Yeah,
do.
everybody does. Everybody's.
I think we all do. We are a very perceptive party.
Yeah.
We are a very perceptive party. Yep.
You get a faint aroma of incense in the air.
Something smells really nice.
Okay,
Can I hide?
you may hide. Where do you hide into? That's an
You
amazing
hide, for
stealth.
sure.
Where do you hide into on this open plateaued? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a great stealth, but sometimes there's stealthing in plain sight, and you gotta tell me how you're gonna go about that.
What's around?
A
Is there
drop.
like any like
Well,
pillars,
okay.
bushes?
No pillars, no bushes, as you're something like several feet in the air. Lots of snakes in the steps you just passed by, so you could go back in the snake pit and hide in there. There's just an empty barren room before you, at the top of the ziggurat spire.
He picks up a cardboard box and puts it over top of it.
Use your cloak and pretend to be a slime.
I guess. Maybe. That's a
Yeah,
great
it's all black
stealth.
stone. You got a black coat. Just lie on the floor.
Perfectly flat stone. Suddenly a lump. Not suspicious at all.
Well, there's
Stealthy
nothing-
lump though.
If there's nothing to hide behind, then I can't hide. So
Yeah. Fair enough. So, when you guys enter, the barren room changes. Hanging lamps illuminate the room, while incense burners fill with exotic scents and curling smoke. Cushions and reed mats cover the floor. Pots of blooming flowers line the plastered walls, and singing birds flit from plant to plant. An immense snake with iridescent scales rests on a heap of cushions opposite the doorway. It rises slowly to a height of 5 feet, staring directly into your eyes as it moves. Its face is remarkably human-like, and its tongue flicks as it speaks. I am Sajan Mbala. What do you seek in this ancient place? Speak truly, for I hear your hearts. And also, in this place, there are 2 other visitors. There is a humanoid, looking pale of skin, with a rather ornate dagger, and along with him, there is a saurian. Now, Kiffi, you know this because you heard rumor tell of some, but it's basically a dinosaur-like humanoid in his company, and you see him there.
Oh, he's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, and he smells like honeyed meat as you guys are nearby to him. So then, I need you guys to roleplay your next bits and pieces.
We're going to turn to her, and I'm going to say, we came here to find out information about the death curse. And you were told you're the one that we need to talk to.
Yes, well, I would be the right one to talk to, I suppose. I know many things through the visions. Anyway, to cut to the chase, as it were, what you seek lies in the lost city of Omu. The Yanti, the snake people, not like myself, have been led, or rather have made a partnership with the not-so-dead Raz Nisi. There they scheme in the lair in Omu, but beneath Omu there is darkness. There is an empty, hollow void that consumes life from the nearby areas. And it is the omens that all come to me from Omu. I have not heard of this death curse, but the omens and portents that I have all will tell me that your answers very much can be found in the city of Omu. It will be.
Do you know
deep
what is
into the
causing
ground.
it?
Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry, I was going to ask her, does she know what is actually causing the curse?
I do not know. Only that it's a creature of supreme death. So yeah, people can roleplay. People roleplay.
Okay, if she's just going to turn to Durandal and just say, don't touch anything. I remember what happened last time you did. Yeah, I'm watching you.
Talking to the ranger.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you go for snake women, then sure, she's a good looker.
I was thinking more about stealing things that starts a fire, but yeah, neither of those.
I'm going to whisper to, I believe our mystic has telepathy, correct? Or is it sorcerer?
As what?
Has what?
Telepathy to talk to the rest of the party?
Oh, probably the
I
mystic.
actually do.
Okay, yes. I'm going to whisper to the mystic. Isn't that man over there with the honeyed meat perfume the man that the ice giants were looking for?
human
Now
is.
you mentioned telepathy, right? I know what you want to do. You want to line up a telepathic conversation, but you're gonna have to tell the mystic, "Hey, can we talk in our minds right now?" And the mystic says, "Ah, sure." And he just sets up the channels for you. So is that what you do in front of this Naga and this other dude?
Well, he's whispering it into his ear.
I'm just whispering at the moment to the mystic.
Excellent. Your whispers are louder here than you ever thought possible, honestly.
Okay.
So
I'm going to approach the Naga,
yeah, okay, great.
and I'm going to say to the Naga, we are on a mission of the gravest importance.
They are, but
Where
not
we are-
you. No, I know from that statement alone that you've come for these two, haven't you?
No.
Your friend
Shut
lies.
up! No.
We're here to remove the death curse, my companions and I.
They are, you are not. No, you cannot lie to me, I told you. I can hear your hearts. You've come for Artist Kimber. And the man standing nearby, eyes widen up as he's getting ready to attack, as she goes, Now, no fighting will happen here. Though I only speak truth, and this liar has come here. He will seek to kill you. Or I maybe imagine he will try to find more from you. Maybe steal your precious ring, perhaps.
Does anybody want to step in here?
Don't know.
In case we might step in between you and Kimber, just to try and stop him attacking, maybe.
Yeah, Artist looks ready to attack, but like as she said, not in here, but he will go. Oh, confound it all! How was it we could be found here of all places? And the dragon just seems to go, and it makes a different smell. What you guys seem to smell. Do I get to actually? I can't get to see what it would smell like. I think it was something like burnt wood or something like that. But yeah,
Kitty will still step in the middle, if only because she wants to get a closer look at this Saurian.
he gets a good look at you too.
Cool, there'll be a good bardic tale out of this.
Yeah. So anyway, roleplay this, dudes.
Honestly, I don't give a shit about these frost giants and their quests. My main quest is to uncover the source of this death curse.
True.
Yeah. If anything, we're curious. We're more curious why the giants are looking for you two. I'm gonna shout across to them.
You no need to shout. It's everywhere. It's a close-knit room, very comfortable room, and stuff like that.
Bavarian's gonna shout anyway, and it's gonna get really, really loud.
It is going to get really, really loud, and the Naga is like... and she's just basically going to give you a shove attempt, and I'd like you to contest with that at disadvantage.
What, for constitute the...
An athletics
Dex?
check.
Athletics? Okay.
At disadvantage. Excellent, that's a nat 1. You're pushed out from the doorway that you came through, and I naturally assume that you go to charge back in. When you do, even with your orchid, even with your feather, and even with the snake in your gullet, you do not enter back into the space that your friends are still in. And the Naga warns you, anybody who leaves can never return. My presence is only given to each once. Do not be like your friend and cause me to kick you out early.
Note taken.
And for the remainder of this little moment, you're left outside this shrine, basically, with snakes and daggering, like, crumbling stones and, you know, creeper vines that spike and hurt you a lot. You're just left outside waiting.
Oh, me and the dwarf?
The dwarf.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
weren't
not-
yelling.
Not me. Okay.
I was the one who yelled.
Yes. And so, yeah, she goes, now, for the rest of you. As for the portents that I have taken, I am confident that the Ras Nisi, the one who led an army of undead through the jungles of Cholt, is still living. And I believe that you will find him in the city of Omu, along with certain other dark entities that I believe are related to your death curse.
So Ras Nisi is the source of the death curse?
Maybe, maybe not. My portents tell me that Ras Nisi has a partnership with the Yanti and has a following with him. They are scheming to end the world from their lair in Omu. And what I understand of your death curse, my portents tell me that you will find it within the city, but deep, deep in the dark earth.
Why do you care? You seem safe from the problems of mortals up here in your magical castle.
Am I picking up quite a bit of sass from you, Mr. Ranger?
No, but I am curious. Why does the Naga care? What's in it for the Naga here?
My role is to provide knowledge to those of a goodly sort. How you made it by the trials must be on behalf of those of you that do seek to do good. But heed my warning. This one here, while motioning to you, is only in it for self-profit. He does not care for any of you. His only goal is him. And she calmly points towards Artis Kimber, who looks like he's going to be ready to kill you once you guys get outside this place. But why I care? I care because I do care for the land of Cholt. You've made it this far and you've passed the trials, which makes you reasonable enough for my knowledge. You've earned it, and so I give it to you.
Well, if you want to cure the death curse, and we want to cure the death curse, doesn't that make us allies?
It makes me allies of your friends, but you do not want to cure the death curse. You want to make profit from it, along with other shady gains.
I'm going to say, turn to look at everyone else in the room and say, the death curse affects us all. So anyone who's of the living cares about this and cares to cure it.
Your words are hollow, Ranger.
Well, the Naga may not believe me, but other people might.
I'll make an insight check on that.
You may, and the Ranger may. That's an amazing.
Bam.
You know that he's bullshitting. Or rather, what he says isn't true, but with an insight like that, you know that he has other motives, and it seems very much like he's straggling for them, and the Naga's words seem especially truthful at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of, I don't know. If I'm standing near the ranger, I'm not gonna stand next to him anymore.
Well, I had told you to speak truthfully. You have refused to do so. Though you made it past my trial, I deem that you do not deserve any more of my help. And she's going to shove specifically the Ranger, not the rest of you. So, Ranger, give me a disadvantage athletics check. Yeah.
Inspiration!
Not in this case.
I don't think that would help you.
You are shoved out of this extra dimensional space as you are kicked out with the dwarf. And the Naga goes, I am a very patient creature. I only speak the truth and I hear the truth. Those that bring lies and deceit into my lair will not be tolerated for too long.
I'm going to turn to Artis Kimber and I'm going to ask him, why do the Frost Giants and the Ranger want you dead?
He will simply be saying, they don't want me dead. They want something else that I have. But he refuses to say what that is.
Okay then.
Well, my priority remains the death curse. So I'm more than happy to let you go on your way. Now, what my other party members may do, I can't say.
So he's looking a bit like mixed as he goes, you've honestly asked the Naga about the death curse, and
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, we can go right now.
As far as I'm concerned, you seem like a good lot, but the Naga is really wise. She has picked out one between you that is looking to undo me. I would have loved to have accompanied you to destroy, or help you fight off the death curse, but I don't think I could do that with your friend in tow. Now, just so you guys remember, when you were dealing with the Frost Giants, this is the dude they were after. This is Artis Kimber.
That's why I asked that.
What were you asking?
Well, that's why I asked him why the Frost Giants wanted him.
That's what we're trying to find out more.
They
Yeah,
want
I'm not
some-
very kindly disposed towards those guys because they tried to
Yeah.
take me hostage.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're not exactly like friends with the Frost Giants. It's simply something that we could, use to our advantage, so
Yeah.
we didn't have to fight them.
He tells you that they don't want him, they want something in his possession, but he refuses to tell you what that is.
And I've just warned him to be careful, since the Frost Giants are recruiting people to find him as well.
I'm aware. I'm letting the jungle beat them out, to be honest. They can't find me, and they hate the jungle. They will either die here or they will leave empty-handed, and their master will serve punishment to them, I imagine.
I do want to
Anyway,
remind him that he thought he was safe and nobody would find him here, and yet we found him. So other people will find him at some point.
the Naga then happens to say, "Yes, that they did. As from my perspective, it would seem that this was not by chance. This would seem more like fate, that you should be meted here, of all places." And Artist will simply reply, maybe that is the case, and fate is giving me a hint that several of these members are good types, but I cannot risk anything for the ranger that you brought here. I can't risk him. I would otherwise.
Is there anything we can do to help?
He looks around exasperated, as he is just he's gonna just be like, I guess not. I have a love, Lady Alessandra. She was part of Mesro years and years ago, but Mesro was lost during the spell plague. I'm trying to find a way to get Mesro back. Not into the flaming fist camp that you've probably seen, but there is a city that has escaped the spell plague, and I believe that through certain magics, powerful magics, it can be brought back. And she is the love of my life, and I want to find a way to bring her back.
Well, perhaps after we've dealt with the death curse, we can help you out.
He will sigh as he goes, I would really love nothing more than to accompany you, but I couldn't possibly risk the one between you, the ranger. I couldn't possibly risk my safety. No, not my safety, that's a lie. I couldn't possibly risk him getting what I think he's after from me. And I can't tell you what it is because I gotta protect it, and the less you know, the less likely you are to try and take it. That's basically his discussion to you, while the dinosaur buddy he has just quietly sort of sighs and just goes, and it just produces like a pretty like stagnant scent that smells a little bit like damp socks or something like that.
So the Naga seems to like Artist kinder, though.
So and to answer that, she goes, he is of a good heart. Those that are of malcontent usually fall to the trials, and those that weasel past like your ranger, well, I hear his intentions as much as you see the morning sunrise or the waxing moon crescent over the night sky.
Okay.
So I just had a thought. Did the acolyte accompany us up the stairs?
No, she's gonna stay at the bottom of the stairs, along with Musharib.
So I figured she'd probably have a question for the Naga as well, about the heart.
She might indeed. this is your chance to ask her.
Oh, I'll ask.
I'm just trying to decide if
Naga-
my character would care.
Ah, brilliant.
I'll ask the Naga what it knows about the heart of Ubtao, I think.
She will go. The portents I have seen that go to Omu tells of great evil between the undead, the Yanti, and Raznisi, who has made an alliance with the Yanti to formulate the end of the world. However, at the heart of Ubtao there is another element, a much darker element, something that lingers here, and it searches for what he carries. And she quietly points to Artis.
Okay.
And Artis is yet again like sort of running a hand of like anxiety through his head as he's just like, yikes, not another one.
It seems you're well entwined in all the events that are occurring in this land, sir.
Not really. It's more like events entwine around me, which I could do without.
You're quite the wanted man.
Yeah. It's not really a great thing for me. So anyway, listen, I really respect your cause, quite honestly. I would love to help you with the death curses. I honestly haven't had any respectable means in bringing Mesro back from the spell plague. With my dealings with the Naga, I will have to find some other means. Sorry. But like, sorry. But yeah, evil forces are trying to get to me. Two of which we've discovered in this room alone. And journeying with you would probably put you at more risk than it would do you good to have me along with you. I'm more than confident your friend is waiting outside to take me, so I'm basically going to wait up here with the Naga until you guys get a good couple of days ahead of me where I can go my separate ways. I'm really sorry, couldn't be on better terms. Seemed like a good bunch.
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
Maybe our paths will cross again sometime.
Maybe, but if it did, that Ranger in tow, I'd be walking and diving off the path to be going down the gorge to keep away from those that are after what I protect. He looks very sorrowful as, you know, he's the guy from customer services that says, I'm sorry, I'd love to help you, I really would, but I've got another guy in my department I gotta go to, and the policy is, you know, I'd love to help you, but it's just not policy. You know, he's kind of giving you that whole spiel as, if he was already, like, shaky to trust others, and with your ranger in tow, he has the exact reason why he can't trust others.
I roll an insight check to see how sincere he really is, though.
Yes, by all means. He's being very sincere.
Well, is there any other information you guys want before we go?
Maybe a little bit about Harakama, is it?
Harakama.
That's the one.
Yeah. So, the Naga will think back while she stalls to open up her little notebook of details that gives her such information, you know, so that somebody like a DM might open up the Harakama page and might research bits and pieces. So she will go, yes, you travel with a former resident of Hakrama. In recent memory, it was a great active forge for the albino dwarfs. But after a volcanic eruption, the dwarfs were forced out, and the fire newts took residence They craft armor and weapons for themselves, as many would not think elementals are in the habit of arming themselves with armor, but these are. And a settlement of albino dwarfs all wait outside, keeping watch, waiting for an opportunity to strike back through the hoarded, defended fire needs. And there they are to this day.
Interesting. I might ask about the UNT as well. Why are they seeking, the end of the world?
I don't particularly know, but if I had to make a guess, I imagine it would be to the god they worship, Dendar, the Night Serpent. Anybody is welcome to do a religion check on that. Dradian isn't here. Or maybe he's outside. So Kithri, somehow eating that snake, has given you all the knowledge you ever need to know about snakes. Dendar the Night Serpent is a evil god. It is the I forget what it's called, but it's like the world ender from the Norse mythology. It is the snake that grows every day by eating on its own tail, and it grows and grows until the time when it will crunch the earth. Dendar is not so different, except it feeds on nightmares from living creatures. And its goal is also to grow so full and large from the nightmares of others, and to sow discord so that everyone dreams of evil and sorrow, that by the nightmares fed, it may destroy the world.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Now we know a little bit more about what we're up against.
Yep, I don't have any more questions. Anyone else?
Not me. Thank her for our audience.
Yeah, we definitely say, thank her.
Do you intend to go and face Raznisi? To even kill him?
That's our goal, is to stop this death curse.
While I don't know how connected Raznisi is, I can tell you that Raznisi was the reason undead plague the lands of Chult. I believe that if he is destroyed, you will be closer to your goal. I remember when Raznisi led the first uprising. If you kill him for punishment of his past atrocities, you'll prevent any of the possible recurrences of such evil to plague the jungles. So basically, do you all agree to this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. The Naga basically thanks you warmly, and she slithers up to each of you as she basically hugs you and gives you a kiss on your forehead. Now then.
Ooh, snaky kiss.
Snaky kiss indeed, but it's very gentle. She seems to have, wiggles her sides a bit in a way that makes you feel very lured in. Now, beginning with Willem. No, Brightheart. So, Brightheart, you receive the Charm of Animal Conjuring. This charm allows you to cast the Conjure Animal spell, 3rd level version, as an action. Once used 3 times, the charm vanishes from you. So a charm is a temporary blessing that's bestowed upon you by a great being. For Daron, you receive the charm...
I can't. She forced me out because
yes,
I shouted
you
in
did.
the beginning.
This is why you play nice and you don't yell.
I just yelled outright and then she threw me out. Apparently the Naga isn't as patient as she claims to be.
Well, she's patient with those because, yeah, she's not going to tolerate intolerable people. So Kifri, you're up next. She gently embraces you, and you receive the charm of heroism. Seeing as you're a halfling, it makes sense in that regards, it seems.
Fantastic.
Yes. Who else we got there? Sylvan, we do have you. Now you do come with a bit of healing, so she is going to bestow upon you the charm of restoration, as described here. Yeah. Okay. Who else didn't get kicked out? Willem. Yes, Sue then.
Oh, we could have come. We could have came here first.
Came here to do what?
Oh, for the greater restoration to unstone our people.
Yeah, you could have.
Oh well.
You guys were.
Hindsight is 20/20.
You guys were petrified, sort of 220 miles away, so that would have been tricky. Now, oh man, oh down. Okay, so it's just Willem. Okay, what's suitable for Willem?
I'm a sorcerer and a scholar.
Yeah. It's really okay, man. Yikes. Okay. You're gonna like this. So she is pondering with you carefully. She's like, you said you were tormented by the giants, were you not?
Yes, I was.
Well then, allow me to give you something that should help you, should you encounter them again. She gives you the charm of the Slayer, and one quarterstaff in your possession becomes a giant slayer.
Okay then. I never do any melee attacks.
I know.
Yeah, that's great.
What if you come across a giant though?
If you come across listen. Let's look at the Dungeon Master's Guide. I really want to put you with a giant now. I will do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna find the time when a giant comes to attack
He only
you.
has 9 days.
I'm trying to find the dragon slaying weapon. And
maybe the ice giants actually show up here.
Yeah, who knows? It's very possible. Anyway, I want dragon slaying. Yeah, you gain +1 to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. When you hit a dragon with this weapon, you deal extra 3d6. I'm gonna absolutely allow you to have a +1 quarter. So yeah, it's a +1 quarterstaff right now, just so that's clear, for the next 9 days. And I swear, if you melee a giant, your quarterstaff will do 3d6 extra.
Cool.
Yep. So you now have a quarterstaff of giant slaying.
I'm marking that down.
Yeah, because it is +1 till, time's up. So yeah, she goes, well, with that then, I leave you to a safe journey. I shall continue to protect Artis for the time being, since, he is being hunted by your friends outside.
Okay, I'll thank her again and leave.
And leave her presence.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Naga and I'll wink at Artis Kimber as I leave.
Oh shit! We're finally seeing a bit of flirting from you.
No, not like a sexy wink, like got your back kind of wink.
All right, great. He's gonna nervously giggle at that as he's not sure how to take that wink. Needless to say, he's kind of down for it, and the Naga picks up a little flower and pops it in your head. It's another purple and orange orchid that you carried up here, but grown from this little chamber that she lives in. And she basically wishes you a peaceful and safe passage through Chult.
All right.
All right.
Okay then. So you guys basically hop on out, and when you leave the Naga space, you basically are not able to see back into it. However, when you do pop out, you see Dauron and your ranger, Durandal and Dauron in front of you. Anyone want to tell them on the charms they missed out on?
I just kind of give Durandal the side eye.
I'm not there, just so we're clear.
Okay.
So
we
have
don't
you
see
gone
that.
all the way down to the bottom of the ziggurat then?
Yep.
Snakes give you a hard time. The whole ziggurat gives you a hard time, basically, as you basically have to like leap off at one point, as the whole structure seems to have turned angry at you, simply said. And for those who, well, yeah, you're not there. You've already said you're not there. So you won't be there. You'll be on the ground floor, a couple of feet down. So who you see remaining up there is Dauron.
So, what did the rude Naga have to give everybody?
I give him kind of a consolatory pat. Don't worry about it, friend.
You can't help being loud. You're a dwarf.
But I do think we need to have a chat with Durandal, find out what he's doing.
Yeah, none of you see
do we
Durandal at the moment.
Tell Dalron about Durandal before we get down there?
All I'm gonna say is the ranger left and was quite upset and saying something about some sort of ring. That was it.
Yeah. So, just cutting to Mr. Durandal. Durandal, you're currently chilling in your respective spot, waiting carefully, maybe applying something you picked up earlier, beforehand. I have you on Discord. I recommend you apply something that you have on your person. Would you like to text me what it is you are applying to your weapons?
Yeah.
You can text it to me in private, but just so we have it declared. Because I think you may want to have this ready.
Aren't the dwarf and the alkalite down there?
Yes, they are, but your dwarf. That's not correct. No, that would be Well, maybe that's correct. Is that what it says in the information, Mr.
Yep,
Durandal?
that's correct. Yep.
All right then. You apply it to that, and that goes on. Now you see your friends down there, but oh shit! Nice. So something shifts the tree line as birds flutter up from it and fly up with a screech and a caw. Mr. Durandal, while you're applying your various things, you feel a unusually cold, wet breath heave over you. When you naturally turn around, you see a pair of stunning blue eyes piercingly staring at you, as you are confronted by a winter wolf that has sniffed you out. 2 to be exact.
That's kind of cool looking.
It's very cool looking. It's, however, not so cool that this is a wolf about as big, if not somewhat bigger than a horse. And this one has sniffed and is eyeing you with a savage snarl. For you other guys, as things begin to come into view, you see the helms of what you instantly recognize as 3 frost giants.
Wasn't that convenient?
Yes. And I will end this session here.